Hello and welcome to Social Perspective. Today we have an article saying Ask Center to take responsibility of vaccination. Jagan urges CMs. Now we have seen similar article yesterday also wherein Odisha CM Navin Patnaik has been asking other chief ministers for coordination to collectively ask Center for vaccination. Now here Jagan Mohan Reddy writes to all CMs in backdrop of state receiving no response to global tenders. Yesterday we have seen this article in the perspective of Karl Marx and we have analyzed the situation in through class and class conflict concept. We have discussed what is class in itself and what is class for itself. Looking for it again, Karl Marx class struggle, Karl Marx describes there are two classes in society, that is have class and have not class. Have class have means of production, that means they have control over means of production. Here center can be termed as have class because it has better bargaining power, it has better finances at its disposal. We have seen yesterday that Supreme Court also opening that center has more finances at its disposal when compared to states. States are running out of economic crisis, and there is huge debt burden for states. Hence, states can be termed as have-not class here. Though there is not direct exploitation from center to states, but center taking or giving liberty to states to go for global tenders or allowing them to buy their vaccines on its own. And center buying only 50% of vaccines is a kind of exploitation in an indirect way. So we can analyze the situation in Karl Marx class struggle here. Now, by looking at states, they are a class. That means they are have-not class. Until now, states have been not under equal footing. That means they have no collective consciousness that they are all on the same path or they are all on the same boat when compared to center. That means they don't have finances as a whole. They are not in a state to buy vaccines by themselves. This collective consciousness was missing until now. That's why there was no common consciousness, and until now it can be said as class in itself in this particular situation, not in any other situation. Now today, yesterday we have seen Odisha CM Navin Patnaik urging other PMs for cooperation, and today we have seen Andhra Pradesh CM Jagan Mohan Reddy also doing the same. That means there is growing collective consciousness among states that they are all on the same boat and they need cooperation to fight against center. In this situation, they have emerged from class in itself to class for itself. In class for itself, there is common consciousness. That means they are all on the same footing and they have no adequate finances to buy vaccines. There is sense of oneness. That means they realize that they need to cooperate with one another. There is subjective realization of objective reality. What is objective reality? That they are undergoing exploitation by the center in direct or indirect way by not center not going for 100% vaccine procurement. This subjective realization means what states have realized of late that they are about the objective reality. This is subjective realization of objective reality. This subjective realization is required to overthrow the oppressor as per Karl Marx, but in this situation it is required to bargain better with the center. Thus, we have seen Karl Marx class struggle in this situation in this article. In the next article, we have something saying 7 lakh students lack access to e-learning. Now, due to lockdown, again we discussed the other day in the perspective of R.K. Martin, we discussed manifest functions of lockdown, also latent functions of lockdown. But keeping that aside, in this article, if we see, there is an overwhelming number of the students hailed from traditionally disadvantaged SC/ST communities, fisher families, and the plantation sector. Their parents could ill afford laptops, tablets, or mobile phones. Now, this is again, see, their economic situation is determining the social superstructure. This is what Karl Marx told about economic determinism. That means economic base structure determines the socio-political superstructure. Here, economy of those families is determining their education, is determining their social empowerment when compared to others. This is what economic determinism is meant by Karl Marx. However, it is said their parents could ill afford laptops, tablets, or mobile phones. The families had scarce access to reliable internet connection. That means there is a unequal access here. Those with well-off or those who could afford laptops, tablets, or mobile phones, though are economically better off than these disadvantaged sections, could afford to go for those online education plans or schemes, and they could continue their education through e-learning. But these people who are disadvantaged in terms of these laptops, tablets, or mobile phones, they are lacking access to education. That means there is a situation wherein there is unequal access in the society. That means there are growing inequalities in the society. Now, if you see this in Emile Durkheim's perspective, Emile Durkheim, while talking about division of labor, he says there are two divisions of labor. That means normal division of labor, and there is abnormal division of labor. Normal division of labor is that kind of situation where is there is equitable access to everyone. Everyone does job what he likes, and there is mutual dependence upon one another in a society. Abnormal division of labor is something wherein in this again there are two types: anomic and forced. Forced division of labor is something wherein there is denial of equality of opportunity. Opportunity for what? For better livelihood, for better education, for better health, for better economic growth, etc. That means there is denial of access. And also this forced division of labor, the Durkheim calls when there is absence of meritocracy. Uh, these two lead to exclusion, alienation, and social conflict, says Emile Durkheim. While criticizing Karl Marx that capitalism leads to social conflict, Emile Durkheim denies Karl Marx's opinion and says that it is not capitalism, but denial of equality of opportunity and absence of meritocracy. These both lead to social conflict. Here we have seen there is denial of equality of opportunity for these disadvantaged communities when compared to the well-off societies, well-off communities in the society. That means they are lacking access. There is denial of access for education. Now this leads to social conflict. That's why this denial of access must be plugged in. And here, and that is what the special correspondent has to say here. The government should immediately remove the hurdles to remote learning. Hurdles to remote learning must be immediately removed by the government. Why? To avoid social conflict. If we see the situation in the perspective of Durkheim, now, this is the reason why we have something called sustainable development goals. In sustainable development goals also, we have something called quality education. Quality education is not just traditional education. Quality education comes only when the students try to imbibe those concepts within their minds and they are able to apply them in the day-to-day activities. For that kind of application, we need technology's aid also. Technology again comes with better economic power, because laptops, tablets, mobile phones, all these are required for better education. That means digital education. This quality education, that's why we have as one of the sustainable development goals, that is goal number 4. And again in goal number 9, we have industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Under this infrastructure, digital infrastructure also comes. That means ICT, information and communication technology, better broadband lines to remote areas, better inclusivity, all these come under this goal number 9, infrastructure. Also reduced inequalities. We have here, we had inequality of access to education. That reducing inequality is also one of the sustainable development goals and a goal number 10. So by keeping Durkheim in mind and keeping Karl Marx also in mind, Karl Marx class conflict concept is relevant here. By keeping them in mind, we have framed sustainable development goals to avoid social conflict. Under this goals, we have seen goals related to education, because that particular article is related to education here. But in general, they are applicable to poverty, hunger, health, access to information, access to energy, access to water and sanitation, gender equality. Everything will be covered under sustainable development goals, because all these collectively try to address denial of equality of opportunity. They all try to collectively address a lack of inclusivity in society to avoid social conflict. In the next article, which is something related, in the front page, it was reported that significant progress in sustainable development goals on clean energy and health could be seen as reported by Niti Aayog in its Niti Index. Now, this is good for us. India is progressing well in sustainable development goals path. Durkheim, if he had been alive, or Karl Marx, if he had been alive, would have felt happy knowing this. However, if we see this image, there are many states, northeastern states and central India, wherein sustainable development rank is low. However, southern states and western states are faring good. The Himalayan states, these two Himalayan states are faring good in sustainable development goals. That means there is again, in this path to growth also, there is inequality. There is a proportionated inequality in development. This we need to address with better policies and better tools at place. That's all we have for today. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to Social Perspective. Thank you and have a nice day.